go. Hey, Dr. Fred here, Elite Coaching with my friend, colleague, world-class leader, Dr. Dan Pompa, also known as Pompa. And you're here because we have, we just keep it easy, man. Single syllable. Oh, that's too cool. Excuse me. What do I know?
I was known as Pompa through like my whole sporting career. I didn't even have a first name. I didn't.
It kind of sounds like a single syllable though, but it ends in a vowel. You got the vowel in the end. But hey, we're here because we're having a Elite Coaching Seminar October 6th, 7th. We have 6 world-class leaders. You're one of them, bringing the heat. The theme is building a powerful and purpose-fueled practice, and you're bringing purpose and systems in a way that, I mean, everybody knows your story, man. You're out there changing the world, doing great things. In fact, let me say one more thing. Just before we got on, I was watching GMO Revealed with Pat Gentempo hosting it, and you're the final guest. I'm going to turn it on after this. But you're doing impactful things, and I'm just really excited to have you there.
Yeah, no, look, the message right now is so relevant because this is, people don't feel well and they don't know why. You know, people getting adjusted, people that change their diet, people exercising, going, I still have brain fog. I still don't have energy. I'm not sleeping well still. It's become the new normal, right? And, you know, I exposed a lot of that in GMO Revealed. I'm going to take it a way big step further at your seminar, you know, to what we need to do. I believe our profession has been called to the answer to this, and because we're the ones that have the ability, number one, to understand the real philosophy, remove the interference, the body does the healing. You know, you look at functional medicine today, I hate the word because all they're doing is running tests and giving people more vitamins and minerals. It goes contrary to the way we think, you know, and it's not the answer. I mean, look, there's a time and a place, and it's no doubt can be beneficial, but if you're truly going to make the impact that this epidemic needs and the people need, you've got to remove the interference. And, you know, that's how I got my life back through my story. And now, because I've trained so many doctors around the country, you know, we have thousands, you know, doing true cellular detox, upstream removal of the cause and getting lives back.
Well, and, you know, we know, I mean, Elite's all about spinal correction. We're associated with CBP. And to me, that's the best in chiropractic. Yet and we have a bunch of docs that are great at spinal correction. And when they added your program, you know, they were able to take people to a whole nother level of health. And I know, because I hear their testimonials, when they see those results and they see the changes that it's making in patients, you know, it's like spinal correction. It's hard to ignore when you see the results. And when you see these people coming in, you know, it's like traditional chiropractic, man. When you adjust them, and some things get better and some things don't. But when you do spinal corrections, like with you see the results of your program and you can't ignore it anymore.
That's it. Yeah, man. Look, I mean, we have to make an impact. You know, when you look at statistics right now of autism, I mean, by 2032, 1 in 2 kids, you know, until you understand what's going on, those numbers don't even make sense to you. 1 in 3 people over the age of 65 with dementia and Alzheimer's by, you know, in the next 10, 20 years. I mean, these numbers, I mean, how do you even comprehend that? I get it because, you know, what's happening right now, and in GMO's Revealed, we talked about glyphosate, which we're all exposed to. I mean, no doubt, if you're not eating 100% organic, you're massively exposed. And what I shared there, you know, is the fact that it's allowing things like mercury and lead that every one of us already have in us to cross deeper into the brain. And that's a 2012 study from Stephanie Seneff, the senior scientist at MIT. Look, we are at a time right now that, you know, a major shift must occur. Otherwise, I fear for the next generation. But, you know, no doubt in my mind, God's called our group, you know, to answer this. You know, and it's funny because when we were at the seminar, this is the second time we recorded this because someone lost their phone.
Who was that? Where were we again? Park City? What? Yeah. What?
But if you remember what Richard Rossi said, and this guy is, I mean, he is, you know, major marketer. Right? He speaks before tens of thousands of people. He said, look, you could change the world. You could have a goal of changing the world, changing lives. But unless you make money, you'll never change one. You know, and he said, and as a matter of fact, he said this, and you'll remember, he said, if everyone on your team doesn't believe that, fire them. He said, because, you know, he knew he was talking to our profession, change lives, change lives. He's saying you got to make money. And then in that episode, I was trying to find him. And my friend Bill, 2 days before we recorded this the first time, he sent me that thing. And I don't know if I can find it. It was in a text. But anyways, I'll just paraphrase it. But he basically said, hey, Dan, I'm doing True Cellular Detox, you know, and he says, I just want to keep you up to date. You know, he's running some basic ads, but because it markets so well, at that point, he said he's in the second or 8 days. It was 8 days. 8 days in August, and he was already at 43,000 collection, cash only. You know, it's, I mean, you know, Bill brings in, you know, more than 100,000 a month. Matter of fact, he'll be teaching at my seminar in November. He's going to be showing people what he's doing with True Cellular Detox and how he's killing it. We have a lot of doctors killing it. Point is this: if you don't make money at this, you know, we're not telling you to add this to your practice. I believe in my heart of hearts, you need it. If you're truly telling people you want to change lives, you need this. You better deal with chemical subluxation. But we've got a system, you know, that shows docs how to make money, not take away from what you're an expert at. Matter of fact, this system, you can continue focusing on chiropractic and you don't even have to focus on this. When I developed TCD, I developed for docs like yours. So this is the first that most of them will hear of it, but we do have some docs in your program doing it.
Well, and I think what's so great about you and the other speakers on there is they were all principled, hardcore chiropractors. You know, there's you, 800 a week. You know what I mean? You're a principled chiropractor. You had a life-changing experience that changed your purpose. Dan Sullivan, 1,000 a week. You know, now he doesn't practice anymore, but now he's got a different purpose. You know, I mean, I went from practicing into high volume into coaching. You know, Davila, I mean, who the hell ever thought he would be a compliance guy? You know what I mean? Principled guys now doing compliance. You have all these people that are coming with all these gifts, but they were all principled first.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's why, I believe that's why I've been called into this. You know, I do hold that principle. I mean, you know, my wife and I, we birthed every one of our kids at home, non-vaccinated. You know, when I got sick, you know, believe me, everyone was saying I needed to be on psychotropic drugs. You know, my principle, our principle kept me from that, kept me looking upstream. You know, most people in my circumstance, they would just, to this day, I'd still be surviving on medications. What life is that? But point is, you know, it is our principle of why I know that we've been called into this. And there's a blessing for those who are doing the physical subluxation and the chemical. You're putting that together. That's what I call a health center of the future. So, you know, dude, you know, this is going to be a great seminar for your docs, man. I can guarantee you I'm going to deliver information they've never heard before.
Well, you always do. You always do, man. That's why I love having you there. So we won't keep this too long. I'm fired up to have you there. I mean, aside from, you always are not only a very compelling person, but the message you deliver it and how you deliver it, man, really talks to people's hearts. And there will be a transformation with just what you're going to bring alone. So I'm fired up to sit in the audience again. Not to mention, you know, we always eat Italian food on Saturday night. So, so we got the So
that's why I'm coming, I think. If it wasn't at that Italian restaurant, oh man, we do have some good meals, man, and some fun times.
Yeah, we do. So anyway, October 6th, 7th, go to leadcoachingllc.com. Be there, bring your team. What you invest in, include your whole team, because we want to really truly create a transformation on Monday. We guarantee that you and your team will not be the same on Monday, that you will go to another level. So
yeah, you know what happens when you don't bring your team? I've been there, right? It's like I come back fired up, right? My God, we're adding this new, and they're going, add what, right? I mean, they don't want one more thing, right? I mean, it's like they're already swamped. But when they're there, they're like, oh yeah, this is, boom, they're on board, right? And so, I mean, bring your team, man. I mean, whatever it costs to bring them, it pays dividends, no doubt.
Yeah, that week, it will pay you back that and more.
Yeah, that week.
All right, brother, well, I'm looking forward to seeing you there, and we'll have a great experience.